Dear ESPN, if you chase the CFP ratings, you can't complain about the results. This past weekend, ESPN made its mark on the first round of the college football playoff. Yet it seems strangely dissatisfied with the very product it helped create. Despite its massive investment in expanding the playoff from 4 to 12 teams, the network's coverage felt oddly negative, with much of the conversation focusing on who didn't deserve to be there, rather than celebrating the football on display. The weekend started with immediate criticism of Indiana's inclusion in the playoff. Even before their game had ended, the narrative continued with discussions of who didn't belong on Saturday, casting a shadow over what should have been a thrilling start to the expanded format. ESPN's tone often felt more negative than the games themselves, which, while lacking close finishes, were not devoid of compelling stories or exciting moments. The core issue, however, is the way ESPN has approached the playoff and its ranking system. The playoff rankings are designed to drive television ratings, forcing the selection committee to make decisions before team resumes are fully formed. Unlike other sports like basketball, where rankings are adjusted closer to tournament time, if ESPN is prioritizing ratings, it shouldn't be surprised by the results, even if they don't fit neatly into the expected narrative. Throughout the weekend, there was noticeable SEC bias in the coverage. Fans of Indiana felt their team was unfairly judged compared to SEC teams like Tennessee and Alabama, with ESPN commentators eager to criticize teams like IU and SMU. Despite valid arguments for their inclusion, Indiana, with 11 wins, showed it could be more competitive against Notre Dame than Tennessee, which lost to Ohio State by a similar margin. Yet, the conversation was often tilted in favor of SEC teams, ignoring the merits of Big Ten programs like Indiana and Penn State, who had solid performances themselves. This type of skewed analysis is nothing new in college football, where regional biases and conference loyalty often dominate discussions. However, what stood out this time was the overwhelmingly negative tone ESPN took in covering the games. The focus was on failures, disappointments, and who didn't deserve to be there, rather than on the successes of the teams, such as Notre Dame's big win or Penn State's impressive performance. In the end, college football is thriving in terms of popularity, yet ESPN's coverage didn't reflect that. The network, which helped shape this new era of the college football playoff, spent more time criticizing the product than celebrating it. If ESPN continues to chase ratings and create a spectacle around the rankings, they can't turn around and complain about the results. The product is exactly what they've asked for.